Hey guys, it's Carter. Welcome back to the channel. Now in today's video, we are going to be talking about the easiest way to make $100 per day from swing trading in the stock market. So for those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Carter and I've been a full-time swing trader for over 6 years. And with that being said, we do have an amazing school where we talk about the scanners I use to find these stocks, the strategies, the mindset. It's a one-stop shop for all of your swing trading needs. I'll put it down below. We got group chats, we got live streams, quizzes, lectures. It's absolutely fantastic. Don't forget, you guys can use code YouTube to get 20% off. So check it out down below. But guys, let's dive into this. Let's go. All right, so before we talk about the strategies I use, I just want to be completely upfront about this. I've been swing trading for over 6 years, and what I mean by this is a lot of people think that trading or swing trading or day trading is an easy way to get rich quick, and that couldn't be further from the case. I would highly recommend, before you guys even place a trade to swing trade, focus on education, learn, practice, use paper trading to start that simulated process of your entries, your exits, and your risk management skills before you ever place a trade. Just because swing trading, you have to treat it like a job or a career. And what I mean by this is like a doctor or an engineer. It takes years of practice, hard work, and experience in order to be successful at it. So with trading, you have to treat it the same way. So guys, I just wanted to be completely upfront about that, but let's dive into this. Let's turn to the computer, and don't forget to check out my course. Let's go. Alrighty guys, so we are up and loaded. Now the broker that I use for all of my scanning, for my charting, is gonna be Moomoo. They're absolutely fantastic. They also have paper trading, so if you guys ever wanna focus on that education part where you guys can practice, your entries, your exits, and just start practicing with simulated money, they do have it. It's absolutely fantastic, and I would highly recommend Moomoo. I'll put them down below if you guys wanna sign up. But guys, alright, so what do I look for my swing trading strategy here? So one of the things I like is an upward trend. Now you guys will see we have this great upward trend on ticker symbol OKE, meaning it goes in the upper right hand part of the screen, establishing an upward trend. Another way you guys can see it is actually just looking at these moving average lines. We have the 200-day, which is that red one, and then we also have that blue one right here. Now as you look at it, you guys will slowly start picking up on that these lines also act as support and resistance. So what I mean by this is we see a tendency of them, getting buying pressure near and around these lines, right? You guys will see once, almost twice at that 200-day, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, and then recently we took a trade here near and around this $67 mark. Meaning we set an alert here because we understood that it used it as support in the past, right? So we set an alert, we got notified here, we hopped in near and around 67.30, setting our stops below 66. So we pretty much risked about $1 as of so far because we hopped in at 67, setting our stops at 66. So we're risking $1. And right now the stock has squeezed up. Obviously, in a dream situation, we would love this to come up to highs here, all the way up to about $71. Now, that would be a dream situation in this range. So we're pretty much risking $1 to possibly make about $4, which is a pretty solid risk and reward. Now, the thing about this one, you guys will see it comes in contact with that 90-day moving average line, establishing that support, and we had that good turnaround moving our way up. Now, a lot of people love to ask me, Carter, how do you know when to sell? Well, there's a couple of ways that I always want to make sure I sell. The very first way is actually very, very simple. It's using something called a trailing stop loss. A trailing stop loss is pretty much when you hop in a trade and the stock is starting to climb up, and so what you do is you just continue to move that stop loss up. It trails behind it. And the cool thing about Moomoo is you can put it like a ratio or a percentage of 1% behind. So if it sells off 1%, you just take your profits. This is a great way to catch runners that start squeezing up, just because if that, just say it continues to go to $75, without having any pullback, then you have shares and you make a good amount of money off it. Now, if this thing just hits this resistance and starts selling off even more, it sells off 1%, you're out, you take your profits, move on to the next play. So OKE is a very, very solid trade that we just took. You guys, if you guys followed our live stream last week, you guys know we hopped in. But overall, great trade. Another one I want to talk about here is ticker symbol WFRD. This was probably the biggest trade of last month. Now, looking at it here, you guys will see it has heavy support near and around this $84 mark. So it hits it once, twice, 3 times, and then recently 4 times. Also, we had that 200-day moving average line. So the 200-day is almost the same as the 90, right? But pretty much what these are is they're very, very hard supports. Now, the 200-day moving average line is going to be a harder support than the 90-day moving average line. And then the 90 is going to be harder than the 20 or the 30, or whatever it may be. So the higher up you go, often we see a harder support or harder resistance. When the stock is above it, like it is up here, then it's going to be support. If it was below it, then it's going to be resistance. So let's see if we can find a resistance here. You guys kind of can see a lot of support with this one though, but yeah, so normally if the stock does trade below it, we do see tendencies of it, getting some sell-off at those lines. So great trade. We hopped in at 84, selling at about $98. Excellent trade, textbook support, textbook resistance. Now, pretty much what I always look for, and I think that's very, very important, is these upward trends. You guys will see that most, if not every single stock I trade has some sort of upward trend. The reason why is because we want a lot more buying pressure involved than selling pressure. I'm a long trader, so I buy and I try to sell at a higher price. If you're a short seller, it's probably a lot better to find a stock on a downward trend. Just those little tips that I would recommend implementing in your strategy that could make or break a trade, because if you have more buying pressure involved, just a better option to see more, more buying pressure and more, profits really in the long run. We'll do one more for you guys. You guys will see ticker symbol SKT. This one here we were talking about in the group chat here. It does have heavy support on these 90-day moving average lines. Came in contact with it at about 25. As of right now, it's creeping up to about $27. Now, this one here was a beautiful trade. It does have some old resistance here. Old resistance does see tendencies of acting as new support. So we understood we had that 90-day moving average line. We had some support here at about $25.50. So it's just a textbook trade all around. And yes, right now we could see a little bit of, some sell-off here like such. But I'm a firm believer that just keep doing that trailing stop loss. If it does sell off about 1%, take your profits and move on. But these are some clear examples of how I find these stocks. And now the only thing that's separating you from making $100 a day, if you're already making $1 or $10 a day, is just one thing, and that's share size. So if you're just starting out, focus on paper trading, focus on education, and honestly just start that process of learning rather than just going head over heels right into all these stocks, because it can get overwhelming, confusing, and you guys can lose money. So guys, that is it. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. If you guys did, hit that like button, subscribe. Don't forget to check out my swing trading course, code YouTube 20% off. I'll see you in there. But guys, let's we'll see you guys later. Take care.